Hey there, business owners. Welcome to AutoAppy. So today we are going to cover a very interesting automation which is based on Stripe Payment Gateway and Gmail. So here, automatically you will be able to send detailed payment summary emails via Gmail to product owners whenever a new Stripe payment succeeds. Keep your team informed and ready for instant fulfillment. But to understand this automation in a much more simpler manner, let's consider a real-time scenario. Imagine you manage an online marketplace where multiple product owners sell their items, and every week you need to share their updated payment summaries. Without automation, your finance team would have to manually pull sales and payment data for each seller, prepare individual reports in Excel or Google Sheets, and then compose and send dozens of emails. A tedious process that could take hours and easily lead to mistakes. With automation, your workflow instantly collects the latest payment data from your system, generates personalized payment summaries for each product owner, and automatically emails them their reports within minutes. This real time automation does not only saves hours of manual work but also ensures every product owner receives accurate on time payment details, improving transparency, efficiency, and trust across your platform. So, now that we have understood the real time use case scenario for this, let's go and deep dive into today's automation. So, for that, we will have to go to workflows. But before going to workflows, let's try to learn a bit more about AutoAppy. So, AutoAppy is just a no code platform which you can use to perform such kind of automations within just a click of time. So for this, we will have to go to home page, which will land us to its landing page. So let's go to home. This is the landing page of AutoAppy where we have different nav options like home, apps, learn, automations, pricing, and workflows. So as we go down, we can see that there is a different section that is connect your apps. Here we have n number of applications which we have integrated with AutoAppy and which you can use for your automations. So now, as we go down, we can see that there is another section that is the setup your automations where we have different variety of automation templates already created for you so that you can always go and try them out for yourselves and see how they suit your businesses. So if you're a new user, you can always go to view details and that will lead you to a step-by-step guide how to create that particular automation. And if you are someone who is familiar with AutoAppy, you can just simply go and try it and see how it suits your businesses. So now let's go to our pricing plan. So as we scroll down, we can see that we have three pricing plans, that is the starter plan, the essential plan, and the professional plan. So in the starter plan, for absolutely rupees 0 per month, we are offering you 3000 tasks every month with unlimited workflows, unlimited team members, unlimited app integrations, and whatnot. So what are you waiting for? Just simply sign up for free and take advantage of this starter pack and create your automations from today itself. So now let's head over to create our today's workflow. But before going to create our today's workflow, make sure that you already have an account with AutoAppy and that you have your Google credentials connected to the same so that you can seamlessly access your automations. So now let's go to workflows. Tap workflows, and this is the automation dashboard where you can manage and monitor your workflows. So here there is an option that is import workflow and add workflow, but currently we do not have any workflows here, so let's go for add workflow. Now let's give this workflow a name, that is auto capture Stripe payment details into Airtable. This is the automations which we have to cover for today. So just say save. So now this will open up a trigger application interface which will prompt the user to select one trigger node. So now you will be having a question in mind like what is a trigger exactly? So a trigger is basically just like an if condition, if which not satisfied will not go to the next condition. So in our case the trigger node will be the Stripe. So just go to Stripe and search Stripe in the search bar and then just select Stripe, and amongst the triggers we will have to go for new charge as our trigger. Search for it and say add first app. So this has added the application to our AutoAppy canvas. So now we will have to go and set this up. So how to do this? So just go to the hamburger menu here, tap it, and it will open up the setup window for the same. So now you can see that there is a start capturing sample data and webhook URL available here, right? So now what you have to do is we will have to just simply copy this initially, and then as we go below, you can see that there are setup instructions given below. So the first instruction says that sign into your Stripe account and navigate to the developers page. So this is what I already have. So I will not be performing the first step. So let's start on the second step. But I will walk through you guys through the developers page in order to show some prerequisites which we need to know. I'll just take you to my Stripe account. So this is my Stripe account, which wherein I already have a product that is AutoAppy Foundation course. So as you can see that there are payment link section available here, but this is only available once you have created a product in Stripe. So for this you need to have an account with it. Make sure you have one. So to get the account, to get the link of payment, you will have to go to this payment course. When you first time create the product, you have to go to the payment course, and if you just simply click on the three dots, here you can see there is a copy price ID and view payment link as two options available. So for this we will just go for view payment link. So this will open up this page, so it will show you that there is a payment link. So just say copy it over here. So before that, we will have to set this node up. So for that, let's go to the hamburger menu, and then this will open up. So as we just went through the first step of the Stripe account, let's go to the second point now. So this says that you need to go to the developers page, right? So for this, this is the page which you need to refer to, and then inside this there is a tab under developer resources onto your left, that is about testing, which is the third option under essentials tab. So under that you have to select testings, and then just scroll down and open up this cards by brand option, where you will have to use resources from here while filling your payment details. So now first let's go to AutoAppy now and start setting this up. So for this we will just have to copy this webhook URL from here, and then go back to your Stripe account, and here you can find the developers option in the below in the below left corner of the screen. So just go to the developers, and here you can find an option under workbench, that's the second option named as webhook. So just go to webhook, and here we will have to click add destination, and amongst this, oh yes, so firstly we have to delete if any existing webhook is already there. So let's delete this first for smooth automations. Just delete this. Okay, so this is the first initial interface which will open while you want to actually add a webhook. So let's go to add a destination, and here you have to select you need to select your account as the first option here, and post that in this search. You will have to search for charge succeeded. So just scroll down, and you'll have an option here saying charge succeeded. So just say continue, and after that in this select webhook endpoint as a destination type, and then hit continue. And after that it will open up interface like this, which will prompt us to enter an endpoint URL, that is the AutoAppy's webhook. So let's just go back again to AutoAppy in case we have missed any part in the webhook URL. So just copy this, and after copying this, go back to your Stripe, and under the configure destination just simply add this point, and just say create destination, and this will create the webhook for us. And now let's go to event destinations here and post that. You will see that your webhook URL is live already with Stripe. So now what we have to do is just simply close this and then go back to AutoAPI and then start capturing sample data. So while the data has been captured, let's go back to Stripe, and here under the payment links or under the product section, you will find a payment link to the course. So just copy this link over here. If you do not get the link here, you can always go to shortcuts. So this will be available, like I told you, once you have created a product. Stripe automatically creates a shortcut payment link, so that's quite feasible to use. So over here, by clicking three dots, just simply copy this URL and in the open that again and go to the email section and just fill in your details. I'll use this email ID. Okay, you can use your own. And in the card information, here comes the important part, that for this we need to use the test dummy resources available on Stripe. So as I just showed you how to land over to this page, so under testing you will have to use any one of the card over here, but mostly Visa cards are used. So just go and copy this from here, and the CVC you will have to put any three digits, and for date you will have to enter any future date for the card, right? So in the checkout link page, let's go and paste the card details, but since I already have that card saved, I'll just use that same thing. Let me just change the name here. I'll say something like Swarali Ashish Shirodkar and just simply say subscribe after that. Easy. So our AutoAPI Foundation course has been successfully purchased by the user. So now we will have to go to AutoAPI back and just say check status. So the data has been captured successfully, as you can see. So, but if you notice one thing, that in the amount section, it is capturing 499 and double zeros additionally. But when you go to your checkout page, you can see that the amount is coming up to 499.00. That's 499 rupees. But the response is generating a wrong amount. So this is a problem with the response in Stripe. So let's fix this. So how to do this? For this, we will have to first close this. Now we don't need to worry about this since the Stripe node is live already. It has captured the data. So now let's go to the next step. So for that we will have to go and click plus, which will open up this kind of interface and it will prompt us to select the next action node for us. So here, since we saw that the amount is captured wrongly, so for that we can use a next action application, that is number formatter by AutoAPI. So just search number formatter, you will get it. And after that, under this, you will have to select perform math operation as the task type and just say add node. Say yes, add node, and after that, the setup is complete. And in the configuration, it will tell us to map the first number and the second number in which you want to create the operation. I mean the mathematical operation. So for that, let's map the first number. So for the first number, we'll be getting from the Stripe itself. That's the amount, right? So we need that. So for that, we will have to go to the data mapper over here. Just click category, and here in the Stripe section, just select the Stripe under the category, and then in the field, we will have to go for first number, that is data object amount, which you can just already see here. So this is the amount. Just simply say confirm, it has been mapped. So similarly we have to go and map the second number, but here we do not need to map it, we can add it manually, saying 100, because we want the value 499 preceded with two zeros. So let's perform the operation now. So we need to go and click this drop down under operation and perform a division operation so that it returns us a three-digit number. So let's say submit and then say test this node. So hide sample data and show sample data. So you can see that the result is 499. This is what we actually need to pass to our final action node, that is the Airtable. So for now this node is live. Just close this, and we need to add our final action node, that is of the Airtable. So just go to this plus icon, and then in the search tab, just enter Airtable as the next action node, which is that in the task type you will have to select an action named as create record, so which will automatically create the payment data record inside your Airtable with the details. So let's see how that happens. So for that, just go for add node and say yes, add node, right? So which will open up the setup for the Airtable, correct? So new connection, since we are a new user, and then give it a name, maybe Airtable hash 4. I'm just keeping the same. Then it will say connect with Airtable, and post that it will open this kind of an interface which will be requesting Airtable access. So basically AutoAppy is requesting Airtable access. So for this you need to have an Airtable account created, like I already have one. So as you can see that I have these columns available, like the name, customer ID, value and email ID, but these are already fetched in the Stripe response. So you need to keep the same data which you want to fetch into your Airtable. So now you can see that there are different amount values with customer ID stored, right? So we need to perform a similar one. So let's see that in detail. So for that, now let's go to AutoAppy, and here you can just go for connect with Airtable, where we just last stopped. So here it will tell you to add all your resources. Here we will have to select Stripe payment link base which we have created. So just say grant access, and then under the setup, under the configure tab, after setup, we will have to go and map the base name. So just hit the drop down, the Stripe payment base, which is the one we need now. And then in the table name, we will have to go for payable customers. So this has come from nowhere, but just from your Stripe account itself. Here you can see that this is the table, payment customers, and this is the base. So now it has already fetched the column details I just showed you inside my table. So here we will have to map these details one by one. So for that we will have to go to the data mapper, and in the category we will have to select Stripe as the option, and it will ask for a name. So since we had entered Swarali Ashish Shirodkar as the name, let's just take this, and in the customer ID we will go for Stripe again, and here just simply type customer, and here you can just say confirm, this is mapped, and in the value section we will have to take the information from our second node where we just performed an division operation for the amount. So for that we will have to go to number formatter, select that in the category, and in the field it will have a result stored as 499. So just say confirm, and then it will ask us to map the email ID. For that, again go to your Stripe as the category application, and then inside this just search for your email address which you just entered in your payment link. So just say confirm. So all the fields have been successfully mapped, and then go and hit submit after you fill all this data and finish mapping everything. Just say submit, and then say test this node. So task has been executed successfully. Now we can always do hide sample data and show sample data to see our response. So here you can see that the name and customer ID and value, email ID of so and so has been successfully created. So now we can always go and check in our database of Airtable whether the details have been replicated or not. So for that, let's go to Airtable. So here you can see that below this there was no row. This just came automatically without a single line of code. You can see that there is the name, the customer ID along with the value of the course and the email from where the course has been purchased has been successfully stored. So now that we have already successfully stored this entry into our Airtable of Stripe payment link base, now let's head over to AutoAppy and perform the next action. So now what we want is that record we have already got from the payment about the details about the breakage, but now we want to send those details as a summary format to the product owner, saying that a particular record has been created in his payment type base and that this is so and so breakup. So for that, what we have to do, since we have already created the record, now the next action should be getting those details from the Airtable, right? So this is just creating a record. So for now, the next action should be that you need to get this information about the record. So for that, just hit the plus icon and search for Airtable again. And this time we will have to select a different action from this task type. So here we will have to say get a specific Airtable record because we want to send specific customer details to the product owner, right? So for that, just say add node after this and say yes, add node. And here, since we have already configured this Airtable in the previous create record, we can always go and use the previous connection from this drop down. Say save connection. So the node has been set up. So here in the base name, we will have to go with the Stripe payment link base, and in the table name, we will have to go with payable customers, which is our table name, and in the record ID, so this is the record ID. So since we just added Airtable record in the create record part for Swarali Ashish Shirodkar in our table, as you can see here, this is the latest added contact. So now we want to send a summary of this contact details to the product owner. So for that, we will have to simply select this contact which we just want to send to the product owner and just say submit and then say test the node. So say hide sample data and show sample data, and it says that we have already received this details from this node of the create record. That's the previous response of Airtable. So now that we have done this, let's close this. So the next step for us would be sending a mail to the product owner regarding the summary data of that particular record we just selected. So for that, we will have to just go and hit plus icon again and now select our final action node, that is the Gmail, with which we are going to send the product owner a very sorted email about his customer details from the payment link. So just say add node here, yes, add node, and in the setup we can go for create new connection since we are a new user, but I'll go for existing connection for now since I already have an account. You can always create a new account here and continue. So since we are a new user, let's go to create new connection and say connect with Google and then sign into the account which is sign into the account which is connected to AutoAppy. So this will say that the app has not been verified yet, but still we can go to advanced and then go to AutoAppy unsave. And say continue. So the connection has been set up. So now these are the fields which we need to enter, not everything. I'll just tell you which one to enter one by one. So firstly, we need mail. Let's enter a product owner's ID. I'm just entering a dummy ID for now, where I wish the mail to come. Okay, so now that we have entered the email, now let's go to the from email. Okay, so now that I don't wish to hardcode this value, so I'll just go to the data mapper here. And in this, from Stripe itself, you can get the from the Stripe or from the Airtable, anyone you can choose. I'm taking Stripe. Here, just search for the mail address and map it. Okay, and now we do not need to fill anything else here. So in the HTML content, I have already copied a script, which I'll just give you an overview of how it is made. So this is one script which I already had, and where I have mapped the details. So customer name has this mapping, respective JSON mapping done to all the required fields which I wish to map in my email. So this is done. So after this is done, just copy this as a whole and paste it into this section, and post that, just say submit the node. So data has been saved successfully. Now test this node. Yes, so the task has been executed successfully. So now let's go to the mail address and check if we have received any email. So yes, we have received with that new payment record created. And here are the details with the breakage for the product owner. So this is it for today's video lecture. Hope you enjoyed this automation and the walkthrough to AutoAppy, and it was helpful and inspiring for you. So if you're ready to save time and automate your workflows and supercharge your productivity, head over to our website and start automating today itself. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so that you can never miss an automation tip or tutorial from us. So drop a comment below if you have any questions, or if there is any sort of workflow in your mind which you want us to cover in our next upcoming video tutorial. Feel free to do that by commenting below our YouTube video in the comment sections, and our team will be very helpful for you and will be there for you. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you into the next video lecture. Happy automating.